Hi there guys, Tomato here, hope you're all well, and welcome to Airport City Free to Fly. Well, this is going to be interesting, I'm pretty sure. So, Airport City Free to Fly is the sequel to the original Airport City, of course, and today we're going to start actually building a city, and, well, I'd really like you guys to get involved. So, drop me a request on Facebook, anything like that. Send me some Airport City requests. I'm also going to join a little Airport City neighborhood. And hopefully we can get a bunch of you guys together, we can build a nice cool airport, lots of big planes and things like that. So let's see how it goes then. So without further ado then, let's start. So this is what we actually start with initially. So you get your basic town hall and your buildings, your little terminal over here, that kind of jazz. And our first task is to build a runway. So without further ado, let's get going then. So let's build a runway then. So we start with a level 1. So we start with the really tiny bits and bobs. Now we have to build a hangar. Okay, so I'm going to kind of guess that most people who actually watch this are actually going to be knowledgeable about what Airport City is like. So I'm kind of just going to whiz through these initial tutorial bits here. Well, we're just going to kind of work towards the missions and trying to build our own little airport, really. Okay, so let's just buy our plane, send your plane on its maiden flight. Okay, so let's get that flying. So let's refuel the plane. We then have to load the plane. Let me just turn off the animations here because they do not slow down the actual running of this game. Which is a bit annoying. Okay, so next shall use fuel from the warehouse. Okay, so you have a warehouse of bits and bobs that you can store things in. We can use additional fuel to speed up any flights if we want to. Right, collect passengers from 4 residential buildings. Right, actually got some bonus passengers here, so there we go. So we have reached level 2. We are not going to be bothered by her anymore, which is wonderful because quite simply she can be a bit annoying. Right, okay, so let's get our business underway then. So, first of all, before I actually do anything, I want to do some serious reorganization here, because usually what happened in the old Airport City was that, right, we'll do it that way then, was that many things sort of went out of the way, and I kind of lost track as to what I was actually doing. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to bung the runway over there and delete that piece there. We're going to build some road along there. I'm going to pick up this hangar and move it down here, and I'm also going to rotate it. So in this little area we'll build another one of these runways. Did it say build another hangar? I think, yes, build another hangar. Okay, so without further ado then, let's get another hangar up. Let's build that. I will rotate it. And I suppose it's only 20 coins, isn't it? So I might as well just speed that up and buy a plane. Alright, okay. So build that. Send the second plane on its training flight. So I might send both of these away then. And in the meantime, because we got 2 planes now, initially during the game I like to have a runway for every plane. Let me know if that actually works well or not, or if it's a waste of money. But I like, initially in the game, I like to have 1 runway for each plane, but we'll see how it works out. So let's send those off then. Okay, excellent. Eventually as well, there's probably no harm in actually deleting that piece of road and building a 3rd runway over there. Come to think of it, that actually doesn't sound like a bad idea. So we'll probably do that. So there's going to be another problem there. Okay, let's do a bit like that, maybe. No, actually, let's do this. Okay, so we'll build something else in there because there's a building that we need. Build 3 cottages so that we have a total of 5. Okay, so I also need to not forget about this over here. Why is that house lit up there? I have no idea what's wrong with that. Looks like a bug. So let's pick up these parks. And I'm going to move those around a bit. Actually, no, what am I doing? I shouldn't be putting them there. Because these little park things actually provide you with a passenger bonus, which is an interesting touch. That is different from the original Airport City, actually. I'm also going to rotate that town hall. Or should I? No, because I can't. Okay, a bit of a design freak element going on in here. Okay, so I can build more stuff there, and I can build more stuff there. Okay, so we'll surround this little area with houses. Okay. Okay, not bad. Let me know how long you would like these videos to be, by the way. Right. So, build those. Right, we'll wait for them to build. And in the meantime, actually, I've changed... No, I don't think I have changed my mind. I thought I'd changed my mind there for a second. And I think I have. I've changed my mind about what to do with that. Okay, I'm going to build a piece of road in there. And then we'll do something a bit like this. Like that. So then we'll have two extra buildings in there. Worst come to worst, we'll have a... yeah. Okay, so I've worked this out now, it's fine. Okay, so they're going to be built. And what I'm actually going to do is in that big space there, I'm going to build a repair base. That takes up 6 by 6. So that's going to be handy in case any of our planes break down. Because planes seem to frequently break down around here. There we go, that's that mission complete. Okay, so in addition to all the buildings, we have to build power plants to provide our city with electricity. And that's what these little spaces are for. That's why I've kept those. Because I wanted to build a couple of power plants in here. In these little bits here. Like that. And we may need a couple more. And I might just do that. There we go. But we don't actually need them yet. I mean, we've got just about enough power there. So, but the repair base is done now. So we've got a little space there for our planes. Okay, wonderful. I don't know why that cottage is illuminated in that kind of manner. It's a bit weird. Alright, those ones provide 4 passengers for every 20 minutes, and not every... is it 5 minutes? Yeah, 5 minutes for those guys. Right, our planes are coming back in a second, which is handy. Handy! Alright, here we go. So let's collect from these guys. Right, okay, excellent. We have become a specialist on that flight. So we earned some extra bits and bobs. And we're also going to earn a little bit more money from those. Okay, perfect. Okay, so that gave us a little bit more electricity. Now we have to visit Madeline Airborne. Okay. Is it Airborne? Airborne, yes. Right, we only have enough passengers to send one of those out. So for now, I'm probably just going to leave that. 24. Okay. So if I were to click on some passenger houses, that would take me to 24. Okay. Sounds good. Come on, 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 come on. Right, I'll drop a link to my Facebook profile in the description below. That's going to enable you guys to drop me any requests, which would be much appreciated. Of course, because this is all about building a city together. I'd like to build this with you guys rather than sort of just like building a city on my own, which I've done on my personal profile, and I've even got my girlfriend involved on that. So she's not really. I don't know. I mean, I didn't think she'd like it, but she does. So there we go. Bit of reputation, and let's head back to our own city because, of course, that's a lot more interesting than Madeline's. Okay, build a repair base. We've already done that, so we did that in advance. We've reached level 3! Okay, so now we can build all these different things. However, we can now also land guest planes. I'll show you how that works. So we can land a guest plane on an empty runway, so whilst we've got lots of things just sitting around, we can land our guest planes, and they give us bonus passengers, a little bit of bonus money and experience as well. And sometimes you get some useful collectibles in them as well, which is also handy. So you can land a couple of guest planes. Usually the guest planes sometimes contain a friend that you got. What is our... collect passengers from 2 cottages. Okay, so this is part of the actual storyline. This is this sort of episode chapter thing. That actually contributes more to the storyline, whilst these ones are just more missions to help you improve your city. Alright, so that's done. Alright, you get lots of stuff. There we go, we've got a nice little collectible there. So we have to collect from 2 cottages, so we have to wait for those to be finished. In the meantime, we can build a few things. Level 3, we unlocked what is probably one of the most important buildings, is the fuel station. Especially when upgraded, is a very important building. Can we accelerate this construction? We can. So let's accelerate that construction. Now we need some items for this. We need a couple of winches and cables. So this is where having a bunch of friends is really handy, because you need to ask your friends for these items here, and they get posted on your timeline. So some of them you can actually directly request people, whilst others get posted on your timeline. And this is where we really want this to be sort of part of... I want this to be part of you guys, because I want everybody to just get involved, get together, you know, that kind of thing, and we'll build something spectacular. That is what I want, really. Okay, so we've actually unlocked the small village flight now, but I believe there's actually a mission for that. Now the problem is we can't collect from these guys yet, so let's send one of these guys out on a training flight, because then we can free up some passenger room in the terminal. Now to get more passengers you have to upgrade the terminal, but you can't do that until level 4 in our case. Okay, so that's that complete. And now we're going to get another mission. Okay, so let's collect all these guys. Perfect. Okay, so we've got some bonus passengers there as well. Continue rebuilding the city by building 3 eateries. Okay. So eateries are in the commerces section, and they help provide your city with some extra money. So let's build those over there. They don't take all that long to build by the look of it, so we may as well collect from these guys. Despite the fact we're only going to get 1 passenger out of the other house, doesn't matter. Okay, so with that in mind, okie dokie. The electricity is running okay. It's got plenty of fuel sat in there. Okay, I've also added my personal profile to this already. We may go for a tour of that at some point, but for now I don't think we will. So in the next part our eateries will be built, and hopefully we shall get going properly with some more actual missions. I'll also add a couple of these people down here. So there we go then. So that's it for Airport City. Thanks so much for watching the first part. If you'd like to join in the fun, just click on the link below to my channel, drop me a request, and we'll get playing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time for Airport City Free to Fly with myself, Matt Tomato. Thanks for watching, guys.